Hey, this is Debbie Does Keto. I was watching Dr. Caryn Zinn on Low Carb Down Under, and she came up with something really, really good. Live well, live long, drop dead. It's perfect. We don't want to linger in a hospital bed or have hospice come and take care of us. Wouldn't it be great if we just had longevity and then just fell over dead? My husband's relatives would sit on the rocking chair. Several of them were found dead in the rocking chair on the porch. Just perfect. Had a long life, and just expired. My grandmother, I believe she just died in her sleep. She was almost 97, I think. Well, Dr. Caryn Zinn was talking about this. She talks about the benefits of fasting. And I haven't said a whole lot about fasting because I was really just trying to encourage people that are new to keto or have been on keto a little while to just tweak within our low carb, high fat way of eating. And I think people naturally gravitate to intermittent fasting because it's just a natural outreach from not being hungry. When you get up in the morning and you're just not hungry, well, you just kind of automatically skip breakfast. A lot of people do. But some people still like the 3 meals a day, and that's fine. We are all different. She speaks specifically to her patients that she sees at her clinic. She's a dietitian, and she's been helping people do low carb for the last 5 years and using intermittent fasting for her patients for optimal life. So this is just another piece of research that that comes about from, we've had time to study people now, and the longevity. There may be a study that I'm 60, so if there might be a study that I could join in and let them track me for however many years I have and just see if there's something about ketogenic way of eating that was able to increase my lifespan. I would so get on board with that. Because the whole key for me is to get healthy and to try to reverse some of the damage that I had done from all my years of eating bad carbs and processed foods. So if I can reverse some of that, and and smoking. I was a smoker for a good number of years, and I just never found that one cigarette that had the cancer in it, thank goodness. But I don't know about any other damage that I've done to my body. Is that going to be reversed? Now that I've kind of detoxed out, fasting is a natural part of that. The thing about fasting is your little cells are sweepers. They have to clean and maintenance the old cells just like you'd clean your house. Well, she uses the analogy of looking in your refrigerator for dairy products that have expired. Well, you're looking at all the expiration dates and you're tossing them out. And it's the same thing when you're fasting. Your body goes into autophagy, where your cells actually have time to sweep and clean and get rid of the old cells. The old cells actually eat themselves, she said. And I don't know what that looks like. But the point is, they've expired. They're getting out of there and they're being cleaned up. But if you're in a process of in the anabolic state where you're eating and feeding and grazing, and you don't give your body time away from that digestive process that takes so much energy, well, then you're not going to have, in the catabolic state, you're not going to have that time for your cells to do the regular maintenance, the sweeping, the cleaning, the getting rid of the old cells. Those old cells can have the damage in them, and, we want to stay away from anything that's going to be damaging to our bodies. I mean, it's so hard. We don't know if the air we breathe is damaging anything, but we have the option to try the best we can and to eat good food and to eat well, live long, and drop dead. So her point was there are so many benefits to fasting as it applies to low carb, high fat. It's like the 1-2 punch against disease. And she has seen cancers reversed and healed. I mean, there's just so many things, so many different areas, I guess, that she is seeing from her clinic where she's having people do intermittent fasting or fasting and be on the low carb, high fat keto diet also. And as we all know, it's for weight. You can use it for weight loss, for healing, and then weight loss. Insulin resistance, inflammation, your immune system regenerates itself. Your brain loves ketones. It's brain fertilizer. I love that. Ketones are brain fertilizer. That is so awesome. And the cellular repair for your autophagy. And she has 10 rules that she sets out. And I'm going to list 6 of them. I missed some of them, I guess. But the top 6 that I took away from it were to eat the low carb, high fat, get fat adapted first. So this is something that she wants you to do if you think you just need to lose 10 pounds or something like that. She does not encourage that. She wants you to be fat adapted where you're eating your own fat first. And then she wants you to think about breaking up the week for 2 days. On Monday and Tuesday, she wants you to do 1 meal a day. So fast 23 hours. In the 24th hour, eat a super meal of super nutrient-dense foods. So it's not going to be a whole lot of food, but it's going to be so nutrient-dense, you're going to get all your nutrients and lower calories anyway. Well, it might be higher calorie, but she didn't say anything about calories, actually. She talked mainly about the nutrient-dense foods on that 1 hour of your super meal. And she said while that 23 hours leading up to that meal, you can have water, tea, or coffee with creamer. She said nothing about sweeteners, no additives in the water, no lemon, nothing. Just water, tea, coffee with cream. And she says when you get to that 1 hour that you're going to eat, don't overeat. So now she didn't specify whether that was for calories or just the way you feel. If you feel full, then stop, pull up, pull back. And then, so that's Monday and Tuesday, you're going to have 2 super meals. And then from Wednesday to Sunday, eat your normal low carb, high fat keto plan. And she said the rules are meant to be broken. There are going to be days when, in according with how she's saying eat here, 2 days of 1 meal a day, and then 5 days of low carb, high fat. She said there are days naturally, if we were having to fend for ourselves, there would be days where we would be eating a lot of food. Then there's going to be days we don't get as much. There's going to be days when we get nothing. So she says the best thing to do is keep your body guessing. And just if you fluctuate through the week, then that will help increase your chances of your body responding that way and being prompted to do its natural digestive processes and its natural cleaning and sweeping processes. So she says don't beat yourself up about varying your diet. Be flexible, because the worst thing you could do is get frustrated and then just cheat like a crazy person. It's just going to take you back. It's going to take you back that much more to get back to the point you're fat adapted to begin your fasting again. You have to remember what your triggers are so you don't derail yourself. And if you stop and have a handful of popcorn, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up about it. It was a trigger. You did it. Move on. And don't linger about it. Her top 3 fasting takeaways are start low, go slow. You miss 1 meal, you get up in the morning, you're not hungry, then just try to skip that meal. Wait till lunch. And after you've adapted to that for a while, it might be that you're able to skip 2 meals. And then at that point, you're able to go into the OMAD, the 1 meal a day. And remember, it's just 2 days a week that she encourages that, not every day. She says, remember why you are fasting. Know why you're fasting. Are you doing it for weight loss, mental clarity, health, longevity, anti-aging? When things get tough and you're about to double over with a hunger pain and you're about to reach for pork rinds or a fried egg, she said, think about why you decided to fast in the first place. Bring it back to that. And try not to overthink food. Just keep busy and try not to even think about food in that fasting state. Your body is correcting and healing itself, so let it do its work and try to stay away from food. Try to stay away from the thoughts of food if you can. Get your projects lined up Mondays and Tuesdays so that you're super busy and you don't think about it, and plan your meal ahead, what your super meal is going to be. Pay attention to how you feel. Now, people have all kinds of testing devices at home that they can check their ketones and all the other things. They'll notice when they're fasting, their ketones will actually rise. Jason Whitrock did a video where he had fasted and exercised, and his ketones went up so high, he was starting to pull back from it a little bit. He thought he was going to be in the danger zone from his little marking device, the numbers it was registering. So she said, pay attention to how you feel. Check your markers. And some people don't feel good fasting. If you don't feel good fasting, it may not be for you. You might not have the benefit from a total 23-hour fast. You can break that back to just doing the 18-6 or whatever makes you happy. But she said if you feel bad, that's not a good sign. Just, start eating something again. That's different from just having a hunger pain and feeling like your sugar dropped and you're gonna pass out, I guess. So anyway, I thought that was pretty good advice. I haven't talked a lot about intermittent fasting or fasting. I know there are some people that do 40-day water fasts, and they exclaim euphoria from just, after the first 48 hours, they feel so alive. So that must be that autophagy part, that anti-aging part, where the sweepers have a chance to get rid of these old cells. Now they've expired and they're eating themselves up, and that residue has to be swept out and cleaned out. This is all about optimal health. This is why Dr. Zinn runs her clinic for optimal health for her patients. And I am just so happy to look on YouTube now. I can't believe the explosion of new channels. I'm amazed. And I could just spend one whole day watching the new channels and all the people that have come on board with keto now that I wouldn't have to do another video. There is so much information out there, so many good people showing their experiences and how they're doing it and how they're working it. I'm just so happy about that, because our focus was on this keto community to expand it and help people get well. I was just talking to a relative last night, and she listed her symptoms, and I told her about my channel, and it sounds like she's insulin resistant, just like the rest of us. The inflammation is there and other things. She's got some other circumstances, but I'm encouraging her to do your research. If you're new and you're looking for information, do your research. And there is scads of it out there now, and more books than I can keep up with. So, and I did go to the diabetes website, I was a little shocked at how little information there was about nutrition. They have the website, the homepage blocked out with your medicines and your doctors and your numbers and all that stuff. They even had a section on there about how to get the gastric bypass operation. But I saw nothing on there about low carb, how to clean your diet out, clean the sugars out. I guess they just think people would rather eat their sugar and take their meds and be happy like that. So, if you're new to keto, there's so much to research. It gets down to your personal level. How much are you willing to change? You're going to have to turn the world back away with all of the sugar and processed foods if you're going to try to detox your body and get healthy. So there's so much information. I'm so glad to see the community growing. Tons of information. So y'all keep looking, keep hunting, keep researching, and just, keep doing your keto. Stay under 20 carbs a day. Whether or not you do more protein or more fat, Dr. Zinn also said fasting works best for people that have a lot of weight to lose, and a very little amount to lose. So if you're somewhere in the middle, fasting may not benefit you as much as just changing up some of your food items. Keto in the Chaos does the high protein, and it's working well for her. She lost another half a pound last week. So she goes on that premise, and she's showing people how to do that. She's got some great videos out now to help newbies learn how to do your macros and how to work some of these software apps and get on board with it. So it's just wonderful to see so much interest in keto now. Maybe it is working and it's getting out to the masses. We hope. We hope. So y'all have a good day. Keep it under 20 carbs, 20 grams of carbs today, not from processed foods. Get it from your veggies and eat your proteins and your fats. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. This is Debbie Does Keto.